Galaxy's Edge has been officially unveiled at Disneyland, though it is currently only available to those lucky enough to have secured a reservation. My reservation was for first thing in the morning, but before we could enter the new Star Wars-themed Disney Kingdom, we needed to get our wristbands. We were allowed to secure them up to 2 hours before our reservation time, which meant we were allowed to enter Disneyland 2 hours before it officially opened. It was a surreal experience to see the park without the crowds. Our wristband exchange was aptly hosted in Tomorrowland. Fittingly, we walked past Star Tours on our way to the Star Wars launch bay. After getting our wristbands, we stood in Tomorrowland until the park opened at 8 a.m. With cheers roaring from the crowds, the group was herded like Nerf from Tomorrowland, past the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. By the way, you can check out the story of West Edmonton Mall's own submarine ride right here. We strolled past the Matterhorn, which is one of my favorites, I might add, and on through Fantasyland, before briefly seeing Frontierland as we waited in line to get scanned into Galaxy's Edge. After all that, the experience of seeing Galaxy's Edge for the first time was like walking onto another planet. One from a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. A planet whose major cities are controlled by the First Order, or, as I like to think of them, the Empire. I guess it depends on what type of fan you are. The crowds were quite intense when we first arrived, as everyone was fighting for a position in line. But looking away from the crowds, you're immediately drawn back into the atmosphere of Galaxy's Edge. The shops and stalls selling everything from typical souvenirs to the iconic blue milk of the Star Wars universe. Even the washrooms match the look and feel. Throughout the land, you'll find just what you'd expect on a planet from the Star Wars universe. From droids being scrapped, to the architecture of the various buildings and structures, to the mountainous backdrop, and of course, the Millennium Falcon itself. An iconic beacon stationed outside of its own themed ride, Smuggler's Run. And you'll have no shortage of views of the ship, and other Star Wars ambience, as you wait in line to ride Disney's newest ride. An entertaining flight simulation experience, which adds quite a challenge with its level of interactivity. You can act as a pilot, a gunner, or an engineer. Exiting the ride can feel like a trek in itself as well. Galaxy's Edge features a wealth of photo opportunities. The other popular attraction in this land is the Cantina, which, and I admit this is likely an unpopular opinion, felt like somewhat of an underwhelming experience. One of the most iconic scenes in Star Wars is the Cantina scene. And while the styling and decor of the Galaxy's Edge Cantina is pretty darn cool, I was devastated to see that Disney decided to skip the Cantina band. Not only that, but they replaced it with a droid DJ, which I don't think is allowed.
We don't serve their kind here.
What?
Your droids. They'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
If it wasn't the only place in the area to get served alcohol, I wonder if it would warrant being booked completely up for the day within the first few minutes of it opening. After all, the other dining options in the land are all just as nice with their Star Wars decor. Heading through the rest of the land, that same immersive and authentic feeling follows you wherever you go. Under what felt like twin suns in the 36 degrees Celsius heat, through one of the several different eateries, and through one of my absolute favorite environments, the marketplace. Of course, no Star Wars land would be complete without the Resistance, or Rebellion, which you'll find in the outskirts of the city. This area is going to be home to the land's other ride, the Rise of the Resistance. Exiting this land is like returning to Earth. Disney did such an awesome job, as usual. So, if you're planning a visit to Disneyland in the future, expect the best out of Galaxy's Edge, because you won't be disappointed. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, give us a like and a share, and maybe even visit our Patreon page. And why not check out this companion video, where you can explore even more locations from Galaxy's Edge in a full immersive 360-degree video. It works great in a VR headset, or just by swiping the video to look around. Or take a look at any one of our other videos, mostly about the greatest indoor show on Earth, West Edmonton Mall. Oh, and thanks for watching.